Dear London, thank you. I arrived on January 2nd, 2020. I knew no one. I had one suitcase and a handful of pounds that my dad got at the bank. I'd always wanted to live in London ever since I was a kid. So dear London, thank you for making a little girl's dream come true. At University of the Arts London, I built a set. I auditioned to be director and somehow got cast as a producer, a costume designer, a costume assistant, and an editor on 4 different films. So dear London, thank you for showing me what I was meant to do all along. I went to Cambridge. I saw the churches and the universities. I tripped over the cobblestones. My friends and I got matching rings and fell asleep on each other's shoulders on the bus ride home. So dear Cambridge, I thank you too for reminding me that friendship is universal. My last trip was to Paris for a weekend. We crossed the Channel at 4:59 in the morning. We were barely awake. I made new friends, I drank good wine, I ate bread and pastries to my heart's content as we sat in the glow of the Eiffel Tower. So dear Paris, I thank you for your beauty and letting me experience it in its truest form. I didn't want to make this video about coronavirus, but it would be impossible not to. The epicenter in the U.S. was about 30 minutes from my parents' home, and they were afraid.
At the direction of New York State, the Westchester County Health Department is ordering an estimated 600 people to self-quarantine after a second person in our area tests positive for coronavirus.
They were afraid I may get stuck, that New York may shut its borders, and I could be trapped in a foreign country on a foreign continent without a home. Luckily, my semester ended before things got bad. I flew back to New York on March 12th, 2020. My parents weren't wrong to be afraid of the virus, but they were wrong about one thing. Even if I did get stranded in London, I would never be without a home. As long as I could take the tube to school every day, as long as I could see my friends, as long as I could see the London Eye out the window, I had a home. Dear London, this is my love letter to you. So I conclude. Dear London, thank you. Thank you for my friends, for my food, for my joy, for your museums, for your history, and for my home. And though the world may be tough right now, dear London, I promise we will reunite someday. All the love left in the world. Sincerely, Katie.